We're gonna watch these guys.
Acquiesced to whatever sexual things that he wanted to do, but at some point he wanted me to have with him.
Talking about
Trump. He lay down on his stomach, and there was a wooden tent stake that was in the room, and I had been eyeballing it as a weapon. And what I did was put the condom on the wooden tent stake, put it inside of him, and I kicked it as hard as I could. And that's why he had to get life flighted out, because I ripped him open.
They life flighted him.
My plan was to continue hurting him to death, but as soon as I did that, he started screaming, and those same people busted back in.
When you kicked the tent peg into Trump's anus, you said it tore Trump's backside open.
Imagine Trump bent over on the floor, begging some kid to give it to him up his butt. And he took a tent stake. I don't know why he used the condom. Probably, I don't know how sensitive buttholes are. But.
Anus open.
Yes.
There's a lot of gossip, discussion about Donald Trump's being incontinent since several years ago. I remember some folks that worked on the television series The Apprentice, they said Donald Trump had to wear diapers. And that...
I would bet it's because I ripped him open.
Jesus. Sounds like a form of medieval torture.
Oh my God.
Shove a stake up his ass and kick it.
And then Lisa's saying that they have submitted all of these audio files to different levels of police. So wouldn't there be a way to look at Trump's medical record to prove whether there's anything to this or not?
Can you imagine the doctor's visit? And Trump trying to...
I'm sure it happens all the time, actually.
Explain that one away. So, I was in the woods... Beautiful woods. No one's ever seen.
He said he tripped and fell on the tent. Oh my God. This unlocked a core memory. When I was a little kid, I fell on a tent stake, a knitting needle. Oh my God.
I'm helping the kids with the tent. Everyone knows I love the kids. So anyways, long story short, this tent peg ended up in my ass. You're doing a tremendous job, by the way. Wow. Good looking guy. Isn't he a good-looking guy?
I'm surprised my parents didn't go to jail when they brought me to the emergency room.
What would Mega do if it's almost like, I think many of them, like Megyn Kelly, they can brush off these pedo rings because in their mind they're like,
no, Megyn Kelly, I think was one of those girls.
Oh, they're barely legals. They're hardly doing anything.
Because she was one of them.
It's
wrong.
Getting, as a MAGA, it's getting harder and harder.
As a MAGA.
Now what do you say? Oh, so what? You had a tent peg up the ass? Big fucking deal. I fell on a tent peg yesterday.
I did. I was on everybody. Hey, if I was rich, I would say it's happened to me.
With a condom
fucking
wrapped around it.
libtards.
So they don't. Shit happens, man.
Now they're gonna start walking around with tent pegs. They all tape tampons to their ear. Remember that?
Yeah, of course.
You guys remember that?
We have another video in the works about that, by the way. We put it on hold temporarily.
Yeah. Everything's on hold because we can't stay on top of this news. One
of him talking about Jim Jordan participating in one of these events. Andy Biggs, who's currently a U.S. House Representative for Arizona. He mentions that he remembers
that dude, I bet
Supreme
the farm
Court
is a
Justice
molester. He's a molester for sure. He invented molesting, probably.
Clarence Thomas. He remembers his parents being super excited when he was appointed. And now people that are in the know about this story are saying even more proof we should have listened more to Anita Hill when she talked about hers.
It was a good amount of people, but not a massive crowd by any stretch. But what the experience that my dad sold to those people was, if you could pin me, then you could do whatever you wanted. But my dad had taught me how to fight. He had been a bare-knuckle brawler earlier in his life.
Boxer.
And I know that he had...
Hand on a Bible. Okay.
Just beating people up for a little extra money at one point in his life.
That's
he also,
crazy.
Entered into the Tough Man contest, stuff like that. So it was kind of a game for them because I was just a child, so you would think that you could just do whatever you wanted, but if they got anywhere near me, I would hit them. And by the time that Jim Jordan assaulted me, I was old enough that those adults, most of them not being athletic in any way, these are people that they're not fighters by any stretch, They couldn't get anywhere near me. And Jim Jordan just rushed me and tackled me. And I might have known how to fight, but I didn't know how to wrestle. So he assaulted me in front of a crowd, and I think that it was filmed, but I can't swear that it was filmed, but it was in front of those 25 or 50 people.
And how old were you?
That's why I remembered. I was around 12.
12.
When that happened.
And of those 25,
And the
50
reason
people... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
The reason that I remember Jim Jordan is, first, he stood out because he wasn't that much. He's only 7 or 8 years older than me. So at the time frame that I'm at 12, he is right around just graduating high school, maybe first year or two of college, right? So him being so much younger stood out. And then I remembered his jawline. He has a very pronounced jawline. I remembered his voice. And his mannerisms haven't changed throughout his life either.
Absolute douchebag.
Jim Jordan watches all these fat, unathletic guys try to tackle a 12-year-old boy, and then he's like, I got this.
No.
And he runs in and football tackles him, pins him down, and then does who knows